schedule, $10 increase. What do you want to do with that?
Now, this is the one, correct me if I'm wrong, Denise, that would be the online one? Okay. I got some feedback on this, and after some feedback, I would like to not go forth with this at this time. And the feedback is this. I was downstairs with the building officials department, the building department, and also with Fred. And when a building permit is submitted, the second it's submitted, the 30 days starts. So the 30 days, whether it's completed or not, a decision has to be made. And with our construction paperwork, if somebody's doing construction, they need to see the plans, and it would give only a short window of time. So let's say I start a permit today and I don't get everything to them for 2 weeks, and maybe I have some things missing. There can be some correspondence back and forth, but that window of 30 days starts the day it's submitted. So currently, when they come in to do an application, the application is not considered submitted until it is complete. So therefore, they have the 30 days to look at it without having pressure. So it is the recommendation of that department currently not to go forth with this at this time.
Do we need a motion?
The software, I'm sorry, honey, the software has it's gotta be marked complete by someone in the building office
So
before
when
the
next
30 days start.
I think until they get more involved, and I think we should just hold off on it. That is my recommendation at this time. And if you guys want to go forth with it, that's,
So you're gonna move that we table that?
yes.
Second.
There's a motion made to table to the second, the building permit schedule. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Ayes have it. Now we come to 12E, 28 Woodstock Avenue. I call it Doug's house. It's in deplorable condition. They had to throw squatters out. People sit there. Notice have the locks removed. The police have been there several times. It's a liability waiting to happen. And you receive some extensive material in your package about a vacant or abandoned building and what lies ahead. Norm has provided pictures that Alma has copied to see what's inside. It's a terrible situation. It's a fire trap. It's for vagrants. It's awful. Yes, sir.
May I approach?
Absolutely.
May I approach?
Yes.
Can I ask a question? That house has been foreclosed on and it's Putnam's town property?
Yeah. You can approach the bench, Your Honor. Go ahead, Norm.
I'll let you ask any questions, interrupt me as well, but obviously I was involved with the police. Police had contacted me prior to this happening about permission to make entry because they were suspicious that someone may have been living there. And to which I directed them that I did not have the authority to grant them permission, and the fire marshal passed it on to the mayor, and the mayor got involved at that point. That particular night, the police did go, the building was secured, it was locked. They checked around, they did not make entry. Okay. With that, the mayor and I had conversations. I told him I would do my part, and on a particular October 22nd, Saturday morning, I did my perimeter shots, and there's an enormous amount of debris, furniture, hot tub, mattresses facing Woodstock Ave. There's all kinds of junk. I proceeded to photograph the exterior, particularly the barn. I started with the barn, which is directly behind the building. That is totally unsecured and remains unsecured as of this date. I simply walked in, you can't imagine, I gave you the photos, but there's an enormous amount of trash in that building. It's also in disrepair. It's rotted, the doors are rotted, and so on. What caught my eyes when I came out of the barn, the entryway, and I looked across in the doorway and I saw the door hasp lock wide open. That triggered me. I said, I'm not gonna make entry So I went back to the station and got a couple of guys that came with me. We were very suspicious that someone was in the building. At that point, I did contact the police, and 2 police officers, Sergeant Cezenis and Officer Kamini came and assisted me. They said, "Do we have rights to entry?" I said, "Yes, you do," in accordance with the mayor. So they proceeded to try and kick in the back door. Didn't work. I happened to go around to the front door, and the front door, as you have the pictures, is 2 small double doors, glass panel, and it pushed in. I know this is gonna be easy to hit, so I just pushed it, and at that point, the door opened from the inside, and there was somebody living in there. From that point on, the police took over, and there was an arrest made. I did continue with my interior photographs, and you can now see the enormous amount of material, trash, debris. The gentleman was living up on the 3rd floor. His bed wasn't made, but he had linen on it. His furnishings were there, his clothes were there, his sneakers. Had a TV set up with a VCR player, his tape decks were there, which led me to believe that the power was still on in our house. With that, so isn't the water. So we have active water, we have active power. I did make contact with DPW Director, Mr. Boslake, and informed him of it that we gotta do something like immediately to get this place secured up before winter time. So he's working on that part. He's got to, number one, drain the water pipes so it doesn't freeze, otherwise we're gonna have potential, and we're getting close to that right now. I'm not sure that the heat is operating, but the power is on. So we gotta get the power dropped, we gotta get the building drained, and then we've gotta get that building secured. Prior to that, it would be my request of the town, we've gotta get all of that garbage, furnishing, and junk, mattresses off the property. That is a liability for us. And talking with Jerry again, I'm not sure if the highway department's gonna have the people or facilities to do that part. What he recommended was we'd probably have to hire a contractor, get a couple dumpsters, and start emptying the building out. And then properly secure it, and I'm gonna say board it up. Board all the windows and the doors and.
Now, I asked Jerry to make the contact to shut the power off and turn the water off. You can't turn the power off because the pipes are freeze, so that's gotta be done first.
He's gotta drain it first.
He's gonna drain it first and the power's gonna go.
Correct.
As far as hiring 2 dumpsters, my recommendation is to knock it down. Demolition guy. I mean, everything goes.
That's up to you guys.
I know, well, we haven't made a decision, we'll discuss that later.
Yeah.
But I dumbly went over there by myself, and I was tripping and falling all over the place, and I didn't go inside the building, I was looking at it. It's a mess.
What kind of signage do we have there? Obviously, if somebody wanted to squat in there or, do whatever they wanted to get in, they'd probably get in, until it's cleaned up and boarded up. But what kind of signage do we have that'll mitigate any liability on our part by warning people, look, dumbasses, this place is dangerous?
There is.
Probably have to word it a little differently.
Maybe, but
I don't know, that might get somebody's attention. There is one side on the Laurel Street portion that says private property, keep out, and I think that was from the previous owner, Mr. Warren. But we haven't, to my knowledge, put any
I'm
sign.
going back to we had the place demolished on, what's that street? Denise, what's that street here? Prospect. And the state said, just have to put that nasty yellow stuff around it. And that's not gonna keep a kid out of there. Does it take us off the liability? I'm not sure. But that's all it
Yeah, but
is.
until it gets demolished, and that's probably the best thing to do, cleaned out, demolished, and nice or done.
I do see there's one that says no trespassing, it looks like the barn.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's not in Spanish, so a Spanish kid goes in there and falls and hurt and will get sued again.
All right, so how long is it gonna take to get the water shut off, get the juice turned out, and get the place demolished?
That's on Jerry's, this is #1 priority right now, to get the water shut off. As soon as the water shut off, then Eversource would turn the power off. And after that, then we could put out to bid if you people vote
Okay.
to demolish it. I think we still have $40,000 carried over in the budget for demolition. And the fellow who did Prospect Street was, I think, 37, 38, whatever. And did a beautiful job.
All right, naive question, can the same company clean it up, demolish it, get rid of all the gunk
Oh,
that's
yeah.
in there? Is it-
Oh, yeah.
Okay, very good.
Do you have to go out to bid for something?
Oh, yeah. I'll do the same
Okay,
thing.
and that's why another curveball here, talking with Scott LaFave, who's very familiar with the water system, doesn't know that there is a available shut-off, so it may have to be dug up in the street.
What? What do you mean by an available shut-off?
Typically, there
Right,
is,
outside the, right, on the
there's
pipe
about,
going
he
to the house.
doesn't remember or have any knowledge that that is available.
Is this Scott?
Some of them are directly tied, so we may have to, the water department, Suez, whoever, will probably have to do a lot more research and eventually probably just have to dig it up.
Okay.
To get
Well,
it shut off.
If you're gonna eventually demolish the whole place, all we gotta do is shut off the water and the power, and you don't worry about the pipes freezing.
But it's
But
shutting
you
water
gotta
off.
shut
You
it
gotta
off.
shut it off, but I'm saying,
Right.
I don't care about the
but in
pipes.
terms
Right.
of the
Yeah.
draining the pipes and things, I mean, it depends which way we're gonna
We
go.
can get it shut off somewhere
Yeah.
somehow,
Then blast it, and that's the end of
Oh,
it.
jeez.
Have them clean up the whole area.
All right,
Is the,
Okay.
is the squatter the guy in the Celtics shirt? In the pictures?
Can't be a
Oh,
Celtic
no.
fan.
That was
Bob
one
Cousy.
of my initial complaints, that's Mr. Weingarten.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
That was
previous.
back
Cause he looked kinda happy, I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's-
That's April 15, that's the
Okay.
condition it was even at that time.
oh, okay.
And I had problems with him, he was renting rooms, which was against code.
Right,
And I had approached him a couple different times, and when I went in, he also had gasoline, he had propane tanks in there, and I told him that stuff's gonna go.
right.
And he did cooperate with me to some point, but the place is an absolute disaster, and that becomes now a liability onto the town. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Laura. Okay, F, parking lot near the bandstand at Rotary Park. Willie Buskin approached me and asked me about that. He wants to build a little parking lot that could house 6 cars or trailers when he has performances and stuff like that. It's right there. So, seeing that you very kindly made me town administrator as well as mayor, I started researching that with LoCIP money. LoCIP is, I thought we had it in our budget. LoCIP money's in the state. You have to apply to the state if you're gonna do something like this. So I'm trying to put together to redo this parking lot here at the town hall with that little park, because it has to be a goodly amount of money. So Jerry's getting me an estimate of what he thinks it will cost for this, and there's an oil thing buried under this parking lot, which is gonna add to the cost. You didn't know that, did you?
Right, no, no.
Well, now you do. So, I've contacted LoCIP, and we're in the process,
all right.
okay? Laurel Street, this is an executive session. Item H, accept the resignation of Lindsay Lean from the Putnam Arts Council.
I move we accept with regret.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Ayes have it.
I just had a question, her letter said she needs to rescind my resignation.
I noticed that too, but if you read the verbiage, I
Yeah,
think,
but I don't think she meant rescind, so.
They're artsy people, you should know
Yeah,
that.
that's
There
right,
you go.
so.
hey,
Consider the approval of a loan resolution for $1,272,000 for the water line replacement package. We need a motion on that.
so moved.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? See none, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Ayes have it, so ordered. Owen, approval of bills.
I make a motion, we pay all approved bills.
Seconded.
Discussion. See none, all in favor?
Aye.
Is there any other business to lawfully come before this meeting?
I did not go into place.
Seeing none?
Oh, actually,
Yes.
I'd like to announce, the Commission on Aging will be having a, event in St. Mary's, I need to double check the date, on fall prevention, and it includes a blood pressure check for postural hypotension, which is one of the most common, causes of falls. In older adults, it's when you stand up and your blood pressure suddenly drops, causes you to lose your balance and can
Just fell.
lead to serious injuries. So that, Denise, do you happen to remember the date on that offhand? I put it on a Post-it and then I left the Post-it at home.
Not good, not good.
No, it's not good.
I think it's
So do you think I should go to that, Renee? See, I
I think it
fell,
might be good.
smashed my head,
I'm
and busted up my
sorry,
fingers.
December 6th.
December 6th, we already have the November event. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
December 6th, and that's at St. Mary's Church Hall.
Okay,
1 to 3:30.
and Alan Rawson is taking some seniors this Saturday at 9 o'clock, a walk through there. Check that out. If any of the selectmen would like to go, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Public comment, 3-minute max. Anybody have anything else to say? I will get back to you, Danny, on that. And Mr. Kelly, if you bring that thing tomorrow, I'll get back to you before the weekend gets here on all that stuff. And I'll check on liability, Mr. Steinberg.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. We need a motion to go into executive session.
So, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Cool, we're in executive session.
I would recommend a PR for
I know. Well, I wrote it down on a Post-it, because I didn't want to have to download the attachment. Yeah.
Oh, I missed those off.
Bill, you get my email, I'll see you tomorrow morning bright and early.
Yeah.
Got it, huh?
Circ's coming too.
Okay,
Executive session.
well, after they
Okay, I wasn't sure, sorry.
gave me Doug's job too, I gotta go to all his meetings. You tomorrow,
You know
I'll
you
give
have to
you.
report, right?
What was the report?
Just saying.